Hello and welcome. My name's Leanne Peard and welcome to the video series for Dressed for Success. Now, if you've purchased my book from Amazon, I'm eternally grateful. Thank you so much. Hopefully that you've got some great tips and tools to actually get you started with your LinkedIn profile. And if not, and you're feeling still a little bit stuck, well, in this video webinar, I'll be able to definitely show you how to actually create the most amazing LinkedIn profile. So let's get started. This webinar is for you if you're interested in using LinkedIn but maybe not really sure how to. Maybe you're a professional looking at growing your network or a business owner, possibly interested in networking online. Maybe you're a network marketer and you need more connections. Maybe you're not particularly interested in Facebook or any other social media platforms and LinkedIn feels like the right place for you and your business. Possibly you're looking at generating more leads and sales. I haven't met a business owner yet that doesn't want to do that. And maybe you want to be found on the front page of Google. Now, what led me to this webinar? Look, first off, bought my first home when I was 18. I've been self-employed since I was 19. I've always been in business, whether I've been in business and working part-time or business and contracting. I've had a successful mortgage brokerage business, a successful bookkeeping business, real estate agency. I currently still do life and business coaching for personal trainers. I have a passion, absolute passion for social media, in so much so that I've developed a certificate qualification now for people who want to become a social media manager and look after businesses' accounts or work for a business to look after their social media accounts. So that's where I'm at the moment. I dabble a little bit in direct marketing consultancy, and I've had successful businesses online and offline, and here I am today. But what's more importantly is I want to share my knowledge and skills with everybody out there. I just understand firsthand how important it is for business owners or people wanting to learn how to use social media to have a LinkedIn profile. So let's have a look. A little bit about me. Entrepreneurship for me is living a few years of your life like most people won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't. So for me, that's about hanging out with my family. I've now got a granddaughter and my passion is social media. I want to teach people how to do this properly so that I can take a step back and spend more time with her and my family. A few things that I've done, I've got two amazing children. As I said, one that's 24 years old and has a very successful cleaning business here in Cairns. He's turning over 15 grand a month basically, and he's just discovered Facebook. He was a non-believer and now he's generating more money from his carpet cleaning business. My baby, or my daughter, she's 21 years old and she's developing her own business as well as we're speaking. I've walked on fire, as you can see. I'm a follower or a personal development junkie. I absolutely love anything that I can do to make myself better, and in return that makes my family better. I turn up better for my partner, and I also turn up so much better as a trainer. So that's one thing I've completed. When we did the Anthony Robbins Master University, I took my two children with me and we went to Fiji and jumped off this 55-foot pole, as you can see. That was a bit daunting and a bit scary because, as you can see right up the top here, that was where the last peg was. So we had to get from the last peg to the top. Now the last peg came up to the top of my thigh. When I was doing that, I couldn't work out how physically I was actually going to drag myself to that top, like without turning around, sitting on the pole and then trying to work out somehow how I was going to stand up backwards. I wasn't sure how it was, and honestly, with the hand on my heart, I closed my eyes and I thought, for whatever it is or whatever is out there, please show me how to stand at the top. And next minute I opened my eyes and I was standing at the top. So, whether you believe in a higher spirit or angels or whatever, something, universe helped me get to the top. So that gave me great faith for my business moving forward, knowing that all I need to do is have more faith in myself and I will get to where I want to be. I've done T. Harv Eker, Millionaire Mindset. This is not a photo of me because we weren't allowed to take photos when I was there, but we actually broke an arrow with our throat, or allowed someone to push on an arrow. That was a huge moment for me too because it was so scary. And I just found so much joy at the end, thinking, wow, you can actually do this. Another thing that I completed was breaking a piece of timber. As you can see, it's quite thick, sitting on the corner of my desk there with my bare hands. I really enjoy, like I said, personal development, so I'll spend a lot of time going away and looking at different congresses or different seminars. That we don't have that many here where I live, so I will often go away and check out speakers and see what's happening. So as you can see on the left hand side is Les Brown there. Brendan Burchard, met him at the Congress in 2013. A few people that I've worked with, I've done some work with Create P2 Wealth. I've been a coach with them for 5 years as a personal trainer, working with them on their business, not as a personal trainer but as a personal trainer business coach. I've worked with Suncorp, done some seminars for them. Bedzar Rasa was a speaker at their conference. I met Joe Barnes in the middle down here. Joe Barnes is a very well-known online social media entrepreneur, and I have my own little monthly gatherings where we develop a networking plus a training space for people locally in Cairns. So there's a few of the clients that I've worked with, and I'm proud to say that they're all doing extremely well. In particular, here's one of my PT clients. When I first started coaching with Brett, he had no clients. He was still working full-time in the armed forces in the Navy, and then he wanted to build a personal training business on the side. So within 3 months, we'd actually, successfully had got over 40 clients for him in 3 months. I was trying to times that out in my head then. It didn't work too well, did it? Mark did a video course with me, and through video marketing and LinkedIn, he also got his business to rank in the top page of Google within 24 hours, and that was with personal trainers in Sydney. So you can appreciate that that was actually quite a high keyword rich place to get into on Google. So let's have a look at what we're going to do for you today. The overview of our steps. There's 5 steps to your success on dressing up for LinkedIn, and the first one is your profile. Then we'll look at your connections, have a look at how powerful keywords are, the power of endorsements, and showing you exactly how you can get on the front page of Google. So what is LinkedIn, and why would you want to use one of the world's powerful word-of-mouth networking? Well, LinkedIn was founded in 2002 and was launched in spring 23. You can't see that, that's terrible, sorry, let's go back. Typo. Anyway, it was by his name, which I can't think of his name. Anyway, I'll come back to that for you. This gentleman graduated from Stanford, Oxford Universities, worked with Apple and Fujitsu, and was one of the founding members of PayPal. In 2016, LinkedIn had, I'm sure it's grown since then, 450 million users across the world, and this includes all your executive of your Fortune 500 companies and major industry leaders. LinkedIn just currently bought SlideShare for 100 million and lynda.com for 1.3. So I don't know if you know the story about lynda.com, but she started some online training videos. Well, her story is that she started training people how to use and create websites in the classroom, but with the GFC, people decided not to travel, so she went from a successful business operation down to nearly nothing and then took her business online. But LinkedIn has come along and bought that from her, which is such a great success story. LinkedIn is all over the world, as I said, so you can see some of the numbers there. They're a little bit outdated because this image is a couple of years old, but as you can see the power of LinkedIn and how it connects people. What can you use LinkedIn for? Well, that's a great question. So you can basically use LinkedIn, as we said, for connecting, networking, building your profile, finding jobs, advertising for jobs, and becoming a brand leader. Before we start in looking at your profile, you'll need to have a LinkedIn account. So if you go to linkedin.com, you'll see something like this where you quite basically join up for free. If you already have a LinkedIn account, well then you would log in along the top bar here. So let's have a look at setting up your account. So how do you want your business to be portrayed if you're using it for business? What is the goal of LinkedIn for your profile? Like, you've got to have a goal, or you should have a strategy for each social media platform. What keywords would you like to use for your profile? And when I talk about keywords, this is what people would find you under. So would they look for personal trainers cans, mechanics cans, accountants cans, or wherever you are? So what are those keywords that you would like to be found? Maybe it's speaker, maybe it's online marketer, whatever. And who are your friends on LinkedIn? Make sure that you're already connecting with the people that you're connecting in the real world as well as online. And are they good choices for you? Are they the correct people that you want to build your profile? Will they help you build your profile? There's no point just having people connected with you or to you just for a number. You need to actually make sure that they're the right type of people. Excuse me, just had a drink then. And why? Why are you using LinkedIn, or why do you want to use LinkedIn? The demographic of LinkedIn and the particular user on LinkedIn is still a business-to-business social network leader. LinkedIn has over 60 million views every month in the UK alone. And there's been a slight shift in the age demographic, with the demographic of only 21 users under the age of 35 and 79% of users are male. There are new members joining LinkedIn every second, and there are currently over 187 million monthly unique visits. Of 40 of those people who use LinkedIn, 40% of these people check their account at least daily, which is good, and LinkedIn is in almost over 200 countries and it is available in 20 different languages. There's different types of accounts that you can use. I use the free account. I can't see the benefit as yet for using the premium. However, if you want to use the premium, there's the prices there. On this next slide, if you go to this link, which is part of SlideShare, which is part of LinkedIn now, you can see the benefits of the free platform to the premium platforms, and you can make a decision then of what you would like to use. Let's have a look at our profile now. So when we set up our profile, we need to have a look at our image. We need to look at the keywords, the summary, which account will you use, basic, free, or basic, free, or premium, and you need to understand your LinkedIn audience. Now your profile will look something like this. Now it's very important to make sure that your image, which is the picture here of myself, is of a professional nature. There's nothing wrong with any of the images here that I'm showing you, and it was funny just recently in a social media class with my students, I didn't realize that one of the images here was the lady's husband. So I'm not dishing out on anybody here, I'm just showing you a number of the different images. However, let's go back to my profile here. Your image should be of a professional nature. It's a professional platform. Your demographic is mostly business to business. Like I said, they're professionals that use LinkedIn, normally double income and no children, earning over $80,000 a year. So you really don't want your latest Saturday night party photo displayed as your LinkedIn profile. The next thing that you need to do very well is, and I'll use one of my colleagues or one of my friends, Ben, is to be clear on your summary. So I'm just going to flip back to here. In your summary, this is the first line that people will actually see. So in Ben's case, and I'm sorry for flicking, you don't need to have all this jargon. What he should just have is order trainee accountant studying at JCU or working for Hallworth. People will look at your profile and make a decision within seconds whether or not they want to connect with you or not. So it's very important that you have this first section here underneath your name explaining exactly what you do, but the second most important thing that you need to do is make sure that it is keyword rich. So if I was searching for personal trainer or social media specialist or social media trainer, these are some of the keywords that I'm talking about that need to be in this description. Then the next part of your profile is obviously your connections. So you can have your Twitter account, a WeChat if you have one, and definitely your website. So put links to your website or website if you have one, because that's what we call a backlink, which enriches your profile or your SEO in your LinkedIn profile. So with Ben here, we've asked him to change this, and underneath his name then you'll have the opportunity to put your summary and your education. So moving along to your summary, this is another section that you should use your keywords, and you can see with mine here I've got social media is obviously one of my keywords or one of my prominent keywords. I've created a bit of a summary down the bottom of my summary to actually tell people what I do or what services I have. Now you can have a call to action in the middle if you'd like, so that's about getting people to connect with me and take up the social media course, which I currently have available in Australia, which is nationally certified. If you are living in Queensland, do ask me about it, because there is some government funding available where you can become a social media manager for $85 if you're eligible. So anyway, there's a call to action in there for me, and the summary is all about how I help people. Okay, it's not about me and what I've done and ranked up my expertise, it's about how I can assist people. So make sure your headline, if we recap, is no more than 120 characters and it's keyword rich. Don't use the job description of your name like CEO of ABC Corporation. That doesn't matter. Make sure that you write something like helping business to business professionals with their accounting needs. The summary section here is of a 2,000 character space, and LinkedIn, like I said, will use this within their own algorithm to find you. So this is where the keyword needs to be in as well. The next section, you can add media. So if you do PowerPoint presentations or you've done videos or anything like that, you can add them underneath the summary section into your media. So it would look like something like this, which is very powerful for your personal branding and your social proof. So if you've got something like that, by all means add it in. The next section in your profile is your experience. So what you want to do is put all your past experiences down. Now this is Ben. So as you can see with Ben, you can see that he is his experience relates to where he's recently worked. Now this is mine. So for me, my experience is each contract or each job that I've done for a different person. So I will make sure that each contract, rather than each job, if that makes sense, is in my experience, because I want it to be keyword rich, and I want social media managers and social media courses, etc., to come up in the search engine. So that's a quick overview of your profile. You've got a bit of homework there. Go check your image, check your keywords, check your first line underneath your name, and make sure that your summary is connected. You have a good summary there. So the next one is about your connections. So how do you find them? What do you want and who do you want to connect with? Do you have some key influential people that you would like to connect with? And make sure that you personalize your message. So with that, I mean, if somebody says they'd like to connect with you on LinkedIn, don't just hit the like button and say, or the yes button and say yes. Write back a personalized message. Now my personalized message is something like this. I'll just grab this for you. Hang on 1 minute. It's in my notes in my phone. So my personalized message is, if I can find it, it's always the way, isn't it? Oh, here we go. So my personalized message goes like this. Hi, thanks for the connection. I look forward to building a strong professional relationship here on LinkedIn. Please accept my gift to you below. Learn how to use LinkedIn for business, how to use LinkedIn to search jobs, how to get tips on LinkedIn, LinkedIn for social media recruiting, and online social media training packages. And then I go into a bit of a description about the course, which is actually this webinar, give them a link to it, and then I say if you need any assistance in regards to your social media or LinkedIn profile, please feel free to connect with me. Now that's what I send out. If somebody connects with me, I will say, hey, thanks for, if I'm reaching out for somebody else, I mean it's the other way around, I would use exactly the same message. However, I will say, look, I'm looking to build a network based on professionals in your industry. I was wondering if you would please connect me, or connect me with your network. I won't use the generic one which says, hi, I'd like to connect with you, because it's just unpersonal. If I'm searching for people of influence, I will actually read their bio and find out what they do, and I'll put something about them in my email or my request to connect. So I might say, hey Bob, I see you're the founder of I don't know, something really cool. I've checked out your bio, sounds like a great product. Love to reach out and connect with you because of this reason, etc., etc. Now you need to make sure you do that, because it's a point of difference. It just removes the whole generic, yes, I'd like to link you with your connection. So how do you find these people? In the top of LinkedIn, you've got a search bar and you just type in their names, or you can type in their profession. So if you're looking for the CEO of Coca-Cola, you can actually type in CEO of Coca-Cola in there. Now the next slide, I didn't finish, how embarrassing is that? But it's the keyword. So I'm just going to slip through to the next one because it's a bit prettier. So up the top here, this is where where the little red arrow is. This is where you will search for your people. There's a drop down button here. I'm just going to go to the next slide, and you can see you can search, have an advanced search where you search for people. You can search for whether they're in the country. You can search for industries, schools, profiles, and you can actually really target down. Now these people here have got tax agent cans in their profile. So because I've searched for people with a little person silhouette there, tax agents cans, these people's profiles have come up on the top, and I've just gone cans, people that I'm connected with. Now on the next slide, you can see the benefit of using keywords. I've just put in mechanic this time, and I've just gone Australia. So every person that has a mechanic in their profile underneath their name, you can see they have come up in my search results. So that's really important on using the keywords so that you can be found. The next step is endorsements. So we've all seen something like this. Does Ben have these skills? Now, I tend not to endorse people unless I actually do know who they are. Otherwise, if I don't know that if I didn't realize that Ben had any of these skills, then I would just skip it. But if I do, I will definitely endorse him, because when you set up your profile, you will have a skills section. You would have at least created 8 to 10 top skills that you want to be recognized for, and it's social proof as more and more people click on this button back here that says yes, Ben does have these skills. So that's really important, is to help people out with doing that. The skills and endorsement section is probably one of the most misunderstood and berated features of using LinkedIn, so it's not surprising at all that most people aren't taking advantage of this. According to LinkedIn, the members that do use this and do endorse people will often receive 13 times more their profile view, and often most of the criticism stems from the fact that the members can endorse other members even if they don't know that they have that skill. So that's what I was just saying. But you can control that by only endorsing people that you want and you know that have that skills. So make sure you need to make a decision on what top 10 skills that you would like. You can also put other skills, but if you have too many, it sort of dilutes the number a little bit. So you've got to think about the things that you want to be found for. And then just put them up there. Now, how do you do that? There's a skills and endorsement setting, so you can close any of these down if they're not what you want or your profession has changed, and you can add and remove them in here. You can also get notifications when people have endorsed you, and you can go back and do the same. Now, recommendations, this is when you actually ask for someone to give you a similar testimonial. So it's always great after I finish with any client or contract, I will always ask them to recommend me on LinkedIn, because it's social proof, and again, it just shows how great you are and what you can do, and it sits at the bottom of your profile. So there's a little bit of an exercise here that I have for you today, and that is that you go and add 5 to 10 skills to your LinkedIn profile. You endorsed at least 5 students or 5 people that you know, and then you write a list of 5 people that you've worked with, find them on LinkedIn and ask them for a recommendation. So that's your task if you so choose to do that. Now, the best thing about LinkedIn that I believe is that you can be found on the front page of Google. If you filled in your LinkedIn profile and somebody you've met at a networking event, I don't believe anybody's going to remember your business name unless it's something that's really catchy, but they probably will remember your name. So if they go back to Google you, you will always have LinkedIn up on the top of the Google profile, so people can click on that, go and have a look at your LinkedIn profile, and they'll go, yes, that's exactly the person that we were wanting to connect with or that we met. So that's really important, is to fill your LinkedIn profile, because it will appear on the front page of Google. Now, other ways that you can market on LinkedIn, you can create a company page, you can get some SEO optimization happening, you can have backlinks, like I was saying, You can drive traffic to your website. You can create a product or service page on your company page. You can build your brand by having ads exactly the same as Facebook. You can send out group emails searching for group people and making warm calls. You can create groups or attend groups of interest, and you can also use it for recruiting. So what I thought we would do now is just have a quick look at some groups. So again, through this search bar at the top here, this toggle, you can actually search groups, and you can search for whatever groups that are of interest with you. If you're wanting to network, so all I did in this one was just put in Cairns businesses, and it'll show me all the groups. Now I suggest you go for groups with, you know, quite a few members in it. You want to make it worth your while. If you're an accountant or a lawyer or a personal trainer or something like that, just type in personal trainer groups or accounting groups, and LinkedIn will pull out the groups that are actually in that industry or field or of interest, and then you just simply click join, and you will be allowed to access the group. Now once you've done that, you may choose to set up a company profile. So again, that's very easy. All you need to do is set up your company profile like this. The most important point that I do need to make is this: your email address for your company must be the same as your company name. So what I mean by that is that if your company is called ABC, then the email address must be Leanne@ABC. If it isn't, then you won't be able to create a company page. Now that's not a very hard thing. You can get your web designer or your web host to actually create an email if you haven't already, or maybe wait till you have a company website to do this section. But once you've created a company profile, it's very similar to Facebook, except for it's not as fancy. Your company will now have its own page separate from your profile. People can follow you. So I've currently got 182 follows. You can do different posts to the actual company as well as your LinkedIn profile, so they don't need to be the same. The amazing thing about your company profile is now you can have a showcase page. So you can create a page where you can showcase the retail product of the month, or the service of the month, or the discounted product of the month, or whatever. But it actually allows you to create a showcase page for your company, and that's very easy as well. You just go to the edit company page and then create a showcase, which I think is here. So edit your company here. This drop down will allow you to create a showcase page, and then voila, you have your showcase page there. Now so here we are, like I was just saying before, just by searching in the bar here, you can choose for whatever company, you can choose for people, you can choose for keywords. So that's how powerful LinkedIn is for you and your business. So let's just recap what we've covered here today. We've looked at your profile, the connections that you would like, the keywords, your endorsements, how to get on the front page of Google. We also looked at company profiles, company showcase pages, and how we can use LinkedIn for other marketing opportunities. So when you leave this webinar, you've got a lot of great information that I hope you're going to take action with right now. But if you haven't done any networking on LinkedIn before, it can be a little bit overwhelming. So what about if I can actually show you an easy way to make this happen? For those of you that have already purchased my book, thank you very much, but this is the video to help, or the system to help. This is called the Dress for Success on LinkedIn. You're going to receive step-by-step instructions on how to implement all of that we've covered here today on the video right now. The great thing about the Dress for Success LinkedIn course is that you'll be able to see the benefits instantly. Now, this is not a hard sell. I'm not going to tell you some bullshit price. This is just the way it is. The way this program works is you get 2 Skype sessions with me, and I will guide you through your LinkedIn profile. I will show you step by step what changes you should change, and what I'll use the creativity that I have to make it look a lot better. You'll also get 3 months email access to me, so if you get stuck at any time, you can email me and I'll help you through it. Now that's valued at $597. I'll also give you the full day recording from my student social media workshop, valued at $97, so the total amount is $697 or $94. Can you do this another way? Of course you can. You can go off now and try to do all this, and I wish you luck, and I hope that you actually do take action and do this. But the fact is, there's no comparison when somebody is sitting there holding your hand, taking you through step by step with the knowledge and experience that I have on social media, which is definitely over Gosh, I've been using it since 2005 now, so that's 12 years experience. We'll get it done in no time. You don't have to pay that much today, and I'm not doing the whole, yes, it's worth this much this month, that much. It's basically, this is what it's worth, this is what it's been discounted for you as a loyal book purchaser. That's the way I roll. So this is why I'm doing this, because I want your success story to be my success story, because I'm looking for people to partner with around the world and spread the word of this great social media program that I've created. And after today I will double it, or I probably won't do this again. You can go and find other LinkedIn coaches that can help you, but this is basically for the people that are using my book, and I want to show how much I appreciate that. The value, like I said, is $694. You'll only pay $97. So that's $97 for 2 sessions with me to get your LinkedIn profile smicko. And you'll see more and more people will want to connect with you. My inbox on LinkedIn is full.